So this is the other one which I was talking about. And here, when yesterday I was planning, you people might have were sleeping, but I was walking here. Okay, so when we are doing lookup rows, right? So for subscriber key, where Sasi, if I have multiple rows, then it will this I have to I'm doing a loop, okay? And if I get two records, then the second record will be fetched, right? Because I'm doing next I, isn't it? Are you people following what I'm saying? If you're sure, 100% sure that I'm fetching only one record, instead of this, what if I use this one here instead of this? I simply replacing this one. Okay, let me make a intelligent change. Okay, let's set this inside this value. So whichever I want to reference, I can reference anytime. And let's copy this one and set this. So I'm saying instead of lookup rows, I'm using lookup order rows. Okay, on the email descending, and I want to get only one record. I don't know if people are confused. Then see, I'll be like doing no good. You people have to say interact properly. Okay, and then uh, with this if condition, right, where I'm doing a loop, I can do this one. What I'll do is instead of this, okay, I'll remove this blocks and all. I say so, and I'll just cut this and add it at the end. Okay, and I open this one. I have this lookup order rows, okay, on subscriber details. I know because my second parameter for lookup order row is 1, right? It will return only one record for the subscriber key. And then what I'm doing is I'm obviously validating if there is any record or not. So validating if there are any records, and I know there's only one record. So instead of I use it 1. Okay, I'm removing this for loop. Okay, and then I'm simply setting the values, hmm, and then I can use it.
Shashi, yeah, I got it. But what I wanted to know, why you are pulling the first record? I mean, it's going to the same. I mean, how you're deciding the first record is going to be the first
No,
right
no.
one?
See, I'm doing. I'm not. I'm only. I see. Face slow bol deta hu. I want only one record, right? I have a form, and I can't show multiple records. I would only want to show one form, one record, right? That's why I'm saying return me only one record. And what basis I'm returning? Based on the email address attribute, which will be in descending. So which one is in the descending order? The first record will be fetched for me.
Yeah, yeah. Can we not use just lookup function here, and will it not do the
No,
same?
you can see we did the same thing. No, we use the lookup function. Here we use the lookup rows,
Ah,
and
yeah,
then we use the for loop. This is my preference of doing it. I'm showing the different way of thinking.
got
Okay,
it. Yeah.
where I'm saying you can do this way as well, right? If you have 100% clear why I'm saying this, why I'm saying this is people were there were some people when I was doing a session with lookup and lookup order rows and lookup rows, right? And there were some people who came and said uh, lookup is not a very good way of. So now I'm challenging them, saying, okay, if I do lookup rows, now you say if I do a lookup, right? Instead of all this, I can also do a lookup in every time I'm using a field. I can do a lookup and get the address, get the full name, get the email address, right? Now, yeah, what is happening with lookup rows is they say when you do a lookup, you are processing lot of processing complexity increases. Okay. Now my challenge to everyone here is when you're doing a lookup rows, when you're doing a let's go back and let's say if I'm doing a lookup rows, I'm doing a look this one. Okay, let me go back again. Simply cut this, paste it here. Okay, I want to cut this, paste it here. Okay, so if I'm doing a lookup rows, and if I'm running through a loop, am I not processing? The processing is not the same. Like you're doing a lookup rows and then you're doing a for loop, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? And every function is definitely an API call. Okay, is a, this all AMPScript function are wrappers. Now I'm doing another function. How many functions I'm doing? One, okay, two. Now here there's another one, row count three. Then I have another one, four. Then field five. Right. So five different functions of AMPScript I'm using when I'm doing lookup rows. Okay. If I do a lookup instead of this, how I can say it? Okay. I don't want to make it complex, but I'm simply saying, what if I just copy this? I don't want to complicate this. I'll go back to Sapna, what Sapna was asking. Okay. I'll go back there as well between two different code snippets. So just completing my thought process. Let's set this up here. This is a challenge to those all those gurus who talk about lookup and lookup rows. If they see my video, let them answer me. I'll just show one and two examples and move. I'll move out. Just a question to you people. First, I'll want to hear from you. If I have to do lookup for this email, I did email. If I have to do for full name, and I do this for full name here, and I had this one. Which processing? I also have another one here, which basically do a lookup rows. And now tell me, huh? So here I'm calling like if I have seven fields to add, right? I have how many fields? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Let's say I have 10 fields. Hmm. So I'll have this one as a 10 lookup. Yeah, I'll have 10 lookup, right? Three, three, six, three, nine, and there will be one more 10. Okay, so I'm calling 10 functions, AMPScript 10 AMPScript function. How many AMPScript function I'm calling? Lookup rows, row count, and then the loop, okay, do next I, and all these things. So my question will simply be, if somebody is discussing about lookup and lookup rows, and if they have to go into very granular details, okay, for me from cyclomatic complexity and maintainability index. So this one with lookup rows, this is maintainability index is going higher, cyclomatic complexity is becoming low. Here I don't have the maintainability index for even easier. Okay, if I go with the programming algorithm, for me, lookup rows, instead of lookup rows, if I have to fetch only one record for the subscriber key, where I'm 100% sure, we're looking at the complexity and cyclomatic complexity and maintainability index. For me, lookup rows is more efficient than the lookup lookup rows, and not with the lookup order rows.
No,
So,
I mean I'm able to get it, but to
uh,
be honest, I don't know the answer. But what I have read that the maximum which we should use is three lookup function in one email. So this is what I've read somewhere. I don't know what's behind it, but yeah, that's all I
no,
know.
see, yeah. So, I coming from a programming background. Okay, it's not for you, Sumit. Okay, is for all those people who are advocating about using lookup rows. Now my open question for them is, what about cyclomatic complexity and maintainability index when it comes to lookup and lookup rows? No, it's not to you. For them, if they see my video, let them answer. Now going back to those is not there, let me answer this one. This is HTML. Created this lookup HTML with the same functionality. I create code snippet. Okay, so I call this as a, so I have the same function with two different types of. Now, what happens here is, why I'm saying this to create HTML is, if I create an email, I create an email of HTML. I call it session 7. Uh, Now, if I create this as a code snippet, I can basically call it from here. So this is a code snippet. So I can just click here and bring it into the email. So if you create it as a code snippet, you'll the code snippet, you can find it here. But HTML one, which was lookup HTML, you'll not get it here because it's of HTML type. So you will not find it inside this code snippet block. Okay, that is the only difference. So uh, for code snippet, what I can do is, instead of HTML, instead of this one, if I have to do this reusable, right? So instead of this, I can uh, say I have an unsubscription page or a landing page where I have to redirect. Then I can create a code snippet this way, and I say, I'll run it fast now. I say, what is my, where I'm landing to my preference center. Okay, so I say preference, and I want to redirect. So I'm using redirect to function where I want to redirect. So I want to redirect to the cloud page. So obviously the ID will be, this is cloud page. When you use only redirect, and you can give this way also. Okay. So I can say https google.com. This can also be done. Okay. When you use redirect. But what is the advantage of using cloud page URL is,
It encrypts the data. I mean, the subscriber key and all.
so if I use cloud page URL, so the variable here it asks is the cloud page ID. Okay. And then you have to pass as a key value pair. So this will be subscriber, and I can simply use, instead of this one, I can simply use subscriber. This is a personalization string. Okay. So this is how you can do this. Okay. This is a URL. So always give as a postfix as URL so people understand what you're doing. So this is a URL. Let me save this, and I go back to my email. So obviously, whichever you have already pulled here. Now what I can code snippet. So this is basically change the name. So it will give you like, this is a preference center. So here, let me, and this is session. This is how you do. Okay. Mm. And when you build an anchor tag to the URL, href, and then you do is 4% symbol, 1 2 3 4. Okay. And double equals to, this typo is all thing happening because of the Spanish keyboard. And here, and you say at the rate, and you just add it. Yeah. Okay. So what you are doing is, you, when you make this code snippet, you can use this code snippet across all the emails. You don't have to write this code again and again. You can simply go here in the code snippet, pull it here, right, and can do it. You can do the same thing here. Okay. After this, if you have another URL, you can bring as much as you can, and you can modify this. Like if you want to go to another one, say this one, this is going to work. So reusability, this way it plays a very vital role. So if I say this is a reference center, hmm, so I'm giving a neighbor name as reference center. Okay, not the URL. And let's say this is a subscription center. hmm, so I can change this as some other center. So let's say unsubscribe. So this unsubscribe URL. Okay. And after that, I can have another tag saying this is a unsubscription one. Just change the URL, hmm, and it will go to the another cloud page, which is 7890. Hmm. So this one will be unsubscribe. Okay. And then I do this, and just see preview and test what it looks like. Oh, yeah. So just to be in my safer side, I'll explain few things before wrapping this up. Yeah, why I'm doing this is just equals to 0, which will be always be false. And then I do, here you see, page ID, obviously, because I gave a random page ID here, right? So that's why this is giving you the wrong values. You just this error. Okay, this is coming. What error is this coming? This page ID is not found because it does not belong to this BU. That is okay because I gave a random. But hope you people understand what I'm saying. Let me make this change. I don't want to create another cloud page anyway. So preference center unsubscribe to URL you have. Okay, it will go to the same page. Currently, you have to modify this. Now this is coming. See, please be aware that if you are not inserting the tracking code, then what happens? Now this tracking email code, I'll take only 5 minutes to explain this. 2 minutes maybe. So here you have one tracking code which is called track opens. Okay, this one. So once I do this, that error, that pop-up will also vanish. Okay, if I go there in here. So what this does is basically currently that is happening long time back also. When you're sending an email, okay, and let me not show this window again and again. I'll copy this here to be in much preference. So it's an HTML. So what happens here is, if you're this tag, hmm, this tag is, you're sending an email to Gmail and Outlook. Okay. So what Gmail and Outlook basically does is, when it renders into a inbox, hmm, it itself scans the email without clicking on the email or without opening. It scans to find out whether that email has some virus or has some uh, some spamming or something is happening, so they filter it out. And when you write in HTML, it basically creates a pixel, right? So what happens is, if you this Gmail and other things are making sure that the email is not open, but still they are scanning it. Okay, and when you click on and when you write a query on data views with click and open, you might get a click. Okay, but you'll see that open is not getting captured. Because what you say, bot click happening. Okay, that's mail server is basically scanning your email, and when they scan the email, the pixel has been tracked, and when the pixel is tracked, they will say you have clicked the email, but actually you haven't clicked the email. Okay, and at that moment, here, you when you add this open counter, then it will, when the bot click is also happening, they will basically capture it, so you will get both open and clicks. And in lot of reporting, what happens is, if you don't add this in your email, what happens is the KPI will see like email has been sent, it was clicked, but it was never opened. This kind of discrepancy do arises. So always keep this to make it consistent, that tagging which I just add this one. Okay, so it will be consistent. With this, I will stop and stop recording. Did I stop? Yeah.